Awakening from the illusion, seeing reality in its truest essence has really changed everything. I can't sell it short. Words could never truly explain what it has revealed. For the sake of this video, bear with me. I'm going to use language to explain to you the power of spiritual awakening. But at the same time, spiritual awakening, waking up, whatever you'd like to call it, has shown me another thing. And it's shown me how so many of us, most of us, are living through the mind. Now, many of you would say, well, why is that bad? You have to be smart. You have to use logic and common sense. That's not the mind in the sense that I'm speaking about. When I say living through the mind, I mean the filter of mind. In other words, why every single one of us can be considered to be living a different reality, but that reality is the perceived reality. That reality is based on conditions, habits, beliefs, cultural upbringing, the school system, university, society, you name it. It isn't what is true, it's what we've learned, gathered and attached ourselves to. It's the identity we built. That dissolves. You see that that is not true. In the sense of the ultimate reality, it isn't life, in other words. This is what a spiritual awakening shows you. But a spiritual awakening has shown not only are most of us living through a thought process, believing we are the mind, and we don't even know it, it's also shown how hard it can be to teach this. I share this with honesty. I share this with compassion and love because I think this is extremely important to touch on. As many of you know, I have a community called the Core Collective Community. I mention it almost in every video, and there's a reason why. It is to help others, truly help others, plant the seed of awakening, and have people see and experience directly that they are not the mind. They are not this anxiety. They are not the fear. Okay? We were having a live session in the Core Collective the other day, a group of, a collection of the members in there. And in that conversation, it got brought up that I was speaking about how this teaching can seem so radical and it can seem so far away, but yet it is so close and it is truly all there is. But it seems so radical, it seems so far away, and it seems extremely hard to find because we have gotten so used to the filter of mind. Okay? We have become thinking, purely thinking ideas and beliefs. And this teaching has absolutely nothing to do with believing. And even language sells it short when you call it a teaching. So I want you to understand this. I'm doing my best making concessions to explain it. I want you to understand that. For those of you who may be seeking, who feel lost and can't figure it out, I see so very often a lot of you throw your hands up in frustration because you say that you will just never awaken. Awakening is the most simple, the most ordinary, but the most revealing thing you could ever imagine. Because when you have gotten so used to wearing your VR headset, you have gotten so used to wearing your blindfold, that the instant that that is removed, the instant you can see past it and remove it, in other words, mind isn't guiding the life you believe you're living or creating your reality, it all tends to drop away. But when a teacher or anyone is expressing this, pointing to this, the mind steps in. The mind is very subtle. The ego and the personality are all very subtle. They're all the same creation. It's what we've gotten used to for so long. That's why this teaching will absolutely seem like someone is a lunatic or just speaking a word salad most of the time, because all that most of the population understands is logic. All that most of the population understands of the world is the 3D, is the believed world out there in language, mind, concepts, and ideas to navigate it. This teaching, what I share here on this channel in the Core Collective, has the power to change your life. And yes, I'm saying your life, change your reality, because I don't tell you to believe a single thing. You don't have to believe a single thing. It is like the nose on your face that so often you don't notice or even recognize is there until you pay attention to it and look. And then you remember that it is always there. This is a teaching of direct experience. This is a teaching of no concepts or ideas. Many make the argument that calling something consciousness or awareness are concepts and ideas, and it is. But you're doing your best to point in the direction of the experience being had. You must peel back the layers and step away from the mind, guiding you and pulling you in a direction and making you believe who you are, to see and experience and remember the truth that never leaves. You truly are awakened right now. You truly are the essence that I'm speaking of every single moment of this video now. It's just the mind has become what you see, like a mask that you're wearing. You know nothing else. Okay? So it has nothing to do with you understanding. That's why silence is the best teacher, because sitting in silence, like I like to do right now out here in nature, before I even started recording this video, you start to notice the activity. You start to notice the directions and the roads that the mind pulls up, and then a believed you steps into. In other words, sitting in silence and stillness shows you the restlessness in the movement that seems to be life, but yet the silence and stillness never leaves. The silence and stillness is the truth, the being, the essence, the now. All there is, all there ever is, all that's ever found. It's the experience you're having, but it's not even you having it. It's the only experience. Everything else is within it. Everything else is within it. And that's what life seems to be. But we miss this. It's all about remembering this. It's all about remembering this. So the nature of the internet, the nature of comments, the nature of things I see, I'm not here to condemn them. I can't blame them. I can't blame them. When you've been wearing a mask or a blindfold for so long, what else do you expect? I myself stood there where reality was nothing but interpretations and stories. It was all mind. It was all mind, but I didn't want to learn anything new. I didn't want a religion. I didn't want to preach. I don't want to say, do this, do that. No. That's what's beautiful about this teaching. You can categorize it as non-duality. You can give it a name. You can give it a label. But at the end of the day, nothing can box this in. And it's the only thing that's here. And in essence, I say this with such vigor and confidence, it's not even debatable. Because even debate, concepts and ideas and beliefs of debating, are happening within it, seeming to be it now. So you don't have to learn anything. You don't have to have a mystical experience. I know the mind wants to paint this picture. It's all mind. Even spiritual awakening becomes mind. The truest teaching, the truest seeing, the truest experience is what is here when the mind is not what you are paying attention to, when it isn't what you believe life is, and it reveals to you a stillness that can never leave, a clarity and a peace that never shakes. No matter the chaos, the stillness remains. No matter the noise, the silence is. It's the fabric of reality. the essence of God itself. I wanted to bring that to you because of the conversation in the core collective. And I see a lot of you struggling and seeking, trying to understand. And if you scroll the internet and if you're looking in this, boy, oh boy, will you get misled fast. Boy, oh boy, because all you see, it's become an industry. It's become a selling things you can sell. Now, I'm not saying like things you can sell as to help people. I'm saying like concepts, ideas, and beliefs. To sell these is to nothing but being lost in the spider web, entangled in the illusion. You have everything you need now. The core collective is a school, in a sense, for you to remember this essence, not to sell you ideas and concepts, a place that you can go rest and remember. I just wanted to tie all that together, guys. I have a lot of exciting things to bring to you on the way. Thank you all for the love and support. So many of you have shown me support, shown this channel support, shown the Core Collective support. I love you all. And thank you to all the members on the YouTube channel. If you ever feel like supporting this channel in just the slightest of ways, you can always hit that join button down below. And if you're ever interested in joining the school of the Spirit, the school of the essence of God that you are, the Core Collective community, that link is always down below. It will change your life. It will transform you. Not because I'm teaching you things, but because we together as the collective remember what we are. And boy, is it beautiful. And boy, is it freeing to let the mind simply pass like a cloud and see and experience life in its full vibrance like never before. Take care.